Hello guys, good afternoon, and I'm your teacher for today. I am Kate Kimberly Palacios, and I'm going to discuss about teaching the mother tongue. So, let's get it. Mother tongue education is referred to any form of schooling that makes use of language or languages that most of the children are familiar with. It promotes the acquisition of literary skills in the student's first language before gradually transferring those skills to the second language. So as what you observe in my next slide, there is a pie graph, and this pie graph represents my language that I am using every day. So the big portion of it is my mother tongue, which is Bisaya. I speak Bisaya every day with my family and friends. And the next is English. So I am using English when I am having online classes, and Tagalog if there is a person also speaking Tagalog, and Korean if I watch K-dramas. So that's all the languages that I'm using every day. So let's move forward to the other slide. So before we proceed, let's have some brief history about mother tongue. So this is where the Department of Education gets inspiration in its inclusion of mother tongue-based multilingual education, or MTBMLN, as a feature of the Enhanced Basic Education Program. It mandates the use of the language that students are familiar with as medium of instruction to allow them to grasp more basic concepts more easily. So currently, DepEd uses 19 languages in mother tongue-based multilingual education, which are Tagalog, Pangasinan, Kapampangan, Ilocos, Bicol, Ibanag, Sinugbuanong Bisaya, Hiligaynon, Waray, Bahasa Sub, Maguindanaoan, Maranao, Chabacano, Ivatan, Sambal, Aquianon, Kineraya, Yakan, and Sinurigaonon. Mother tongue-based multilingual education is implemented in two modules, which are as a learning or subject area and as a medium of instruction. So there are guiding principles for teaching mother tongue-based multilingual education, or what we call mother tongue. The Mother Tongue-Based Multilingual Education, or MTBMLE, program serves as learners of non-dominant language communities who did not understand or speak the language of instruction when they begin their formal education. So the principle number 1 is known to the unknown. Learning requires meaning. We learn when we use what we already know to help us understand what is new. Second, language learners use what they know in their own language. So the second principle is language and academic development. Students with well-developed skills in their first language have been shown to acquire additional languages more easily and fully, in that it will give positive impact in academic achievement. Principle number 3 is cognitive development. Students who use their multilingual skills have been shown to develop both the cognitive flexibility and divergent thinking. They developed their high-order thinking skills, or what we call HATs. So the fourth principle is discovery learning. We learn when someone who already understands the new idea or task and then helps us to discover the new idea and then use it meaningfully. In this principle, we tend to observe things around us and then we apply it to our own. So the fifth one is active learning. It is the principle where peers and the teacher is the center of instruction. So the learner needs interaction between his or her peers and his or her teacher. They gain the learning by doing it by themselves. So the sixth principle is meaning and accuracy. Successful language learning involves hearing, speaking, reading, and writing that focuses on both meaning and accuracy. So as a future teacher, we need to listen more and talk less to avoid misunderstanding and miscommunication among our students. And we must convey the proper learning that they deserve. The seventh principle is language learning or language transfer. Language transfer occurs when the speaker or writers applying knowledge from one language to another. We learn a best language when the learning process is non-threatening and meaningful, and when we can take small steps that helps us gain confidence in our ability to use the language meaningfully. The last but not the least is the affective component. Valuing the home language or culture and valuing students with talents in their home language more powerfully enables learning than just valuing learners of English whose home language is irrelevant to academic success. Learners from ethno-linguistic groups thrive in a welcoming learning environment. To sum it up, mother tongue makes easier for us to pick up and learn other languages. Mother tongue develops our personal, social, and cultural identity. Using mother tongue, we develop our critical thinking and literacy skills. So, that's all for the video. I hope you will learn something, and if you learn something, please apply it to yourself. So, advance Happy New Year, and God bless you all. Bye!